And a jolly good morning to you from a beautifully sunny, if not still slightly cool, Warsaw here on this Wednesday morning. No, Tuesday morning. I do apologise, it's a Tuesday. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Poland. It's going to soon warm up and be up in the high teens in Celsius. So already shorts and t-shirt are the order of the day, although it is still slightly cool for that. But I'm confident the right decision's been made here with regards to wear. Okay, today is going to be not so much a random public transport journey. It's not going to be random today because I've had a little look and it mentions bus route 180 as the tourist bus because, as you might guess, it goes to many of the places that tourists to Warsaw would want to go to. So I'm going to take a ride on the entire length of that route, although I suspect for tourist purposes the entire length is probably not what you would go on. But I'm going to do that anyway, just for the sheer pleasure of it. Now, if you're coming here to Warsaw for a few days, probably your best bet. First of all, public transport here is really good, and secondly, it is quite low cost. So if you're going to come here for a couple of days, probably your best bet would be day passes or 3-day passes. The 3-day pass for all of the trams, all of the buses, and the metro. And have I missed something out? In zone 1 is 36 zloty, which is around somewhere between 8 and 9 euros and dollars, and about 7 UK pounds. So for 3 days you can ride around as much as you like. A single journey, I think it's 75-minute journey ticket is somewhere in the order of 4 zloty 40, which is just over €1 or $1 and just under £1. So depending on how many trips you're going to make in 3 days, you'll also make that decision. But I'm going to be hopping on and off the 180 today as many times as is necessary. And also in this series I shall do the whole of the metro. There's only 2 lines here, M1 and M2, and one of the tram lines, which I haven't decided upon yet. I'll make my mind up on that fairly soon and see how it goes. Anyway, today is going to be bus route 180 from end to end, or in fact I'm going to be starting in the middle in Centrum because that's where I'm based today, and I shall go up to one end, change ends, go back and then finish up here in however long it takes me. So I'm looking forward to this today. I shall just hop off when I see something that's as scientific as it's all got today. Now I need to just go and find out where the buses pick up from, which I think are up here somewhere. So I'm just going to go and have a little look. Warsaw hasn't really woken up yet, but this is the nighttime area really. Certainly the lunchtime onwards area anyway. Just taking a little side street that runs parallel to the one I was on earlier, just to see what's down here really. As part of this little wander around the centre of the Polish capital. As you'll see, there is Uber here also if you wish to avail yourself of their services. I've used Uber a few times here when time was running a bit short and needed to get from the airport to one of the central stations. It's pretty reasonably priced. Well, it was almost as if by magic I appear at a bus stop, and I'm guessing this is where I shall finish up later on. But this bus stop does pick up this. The 180 does stop here, along with a load of others. So I'm going to stick to the plan, get a 180, and well, that's definite. Later on, I shall be coming back as my final stop on the 180 run, and I'll be picking up a donut in there. Polish donuts are superb. They're big. Got absolutely no idea when the next bus is coming, but they appear to run approximately every 10 minutes, so in theory it's not going to be long. Well, everything but the 180 seems to have come along so far. It's rush hour here, so these buses are going to be quite full. Came on one from the airport yesterday. They're about every 15 minutes. It was fairly full. There were people standing on it, but it wasn't too bad. I got the impression that on the whole, during the daytime, things aren't too bad. But of course, it's peak time of day today. The peak time of day like now, then they are going to be pretty busy. That one certainly is. Incidentally, just a heads up, if you get anything other than a short-term ticket, a 75-minute or shorter ticket, such as the 1-day or 3-day pass, you do need to validate that ticket on your first ride, be it the metro, tram or bus. But you won't need to keep putting it in the validator. It will only validate it the once, and it will show how long the ticket's valid for. So the 3-day ticket is 72 hours from the time of validation. So you do get a full 3 days. The only other time you will need to use the ticket is if you're asked to show it by a ticket inspector, or you go on the metro. The metro will open the ticket barriers. Other than that, just keep it safe in your wallet. But trams and buses, just the first journey, validate it and get on your way, and that's it. I'll be going on the metro tomorrow probably. Here comes the 180. Here we go. Right, first hop off the bus at Hotel Bristol. Chomikovska. I do apologise to any of my Polish friends that are listening in here. That's the direction that that particular bus was going in. I'll hop back on it fairly shortly when I've had a little look around this area, which looks very pleasant indeed. And once I've had a look round here, continue to the end of the line. The old town, in fact, Stare Miasto, is 600 metres from here. That'll be my next port of call, I do believe. And we've got the front right close to here. There we go, the Polish Theatre, Old Town, Presidential Palace. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, 350 metres. Ah, yeah, I walked past there on my way to the Old Town from Centrum once before. Right, so I'm going to head that way. I'm going to do a little circle of this area and then head back on the bus fairly shortly. So yeah, so 180 from where you are in the middle of Warsaw will bring you to this area, which there's the 175 coming along here actually as well, which that's the one you can take from the airport. Yeah, that's right, that one there's heading to Chopin Airport. It really is a beautiful day here. There's no wind. And just starting to feel the warmth of the sun now. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. What you need to understand with many European cities, big ones such as Warsaw, lots in Germany and around Europe in general, is that during the Second World War these cities were absolutely devastated, completely devastated, and what you see today is very much a combination of restoration and brand new stuff. Some of it, the new stuff, is good and in keeping with a city of that stature, and some of it's just been thrown up out of necessity mostly. You can be critical of how some of these cities were reassembled, but you've got to remember that they were razed to the ground pretty much. And if you look at some old pictures of Warsaw at the end of the Second World War, there was not a lot left here. So you've got the modern Warsaw over there, the Centrum, where you've got the skyscrapers, the modern buildings. We'll be going to the old square, which has essentially, although it's the old square, has been completely rebuilt from the ground upwards. In keeping with how it used to look, and areas like this. There's a sign there, always interesting just to get a little idea of what we're looking at. That's of course if they've placed it into English, which they usually do. There's not a huge number of people other than Poles that speak Polish. That is completely in Polish. Looks like all of it is. There are some yes, there are some QR codes there that you can use. That'll give you a description of all of this in English. I like this square, though there seems to be fenced off for some of it. Not entirely sure why. Maybe that'll become apparent in a moment when I have a look at some of these signs that are up. This is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Always a guard of honour and a flames fire burning. Spring has arrived here in Warsaw. Flowers are coming up nicely. This is a very cold place in winter. And it does get quite hot in summer. It's just a beautiful time of year actually. This is springtime. And as you can see, clear blue skies. And a lot of the flowers just coming through. Shame the fountain's not working. It's a nice park this actually. I've walked through this from the central station through to the old town once before. Very calm and peaceful place. Looks like there's parades held in this square. I'll take a little peep through the gap in the fences, see what's going on behind it. Just looks like they're refurbishing the paving stones. Looks like actually looks like, why is there a construction site in Piłsudski Square? Restoration work. Yeah. Seventy odd years since the end of the Second World War, and parts of Warsaw are still being reconstructed. Which is an incredible timeline if you think about it. Particularly when you consider how long it took to destroy it in the first place. It makes you think, And when we have our friend over the border to the east doing what he's doing now, you can only hope that there's a quick resolution. Anyway, I'm going to head back down this way, have a little look in the opposite direction to where I hopped off the bus, and I'll get on the next 180 and continue in the direction of the old town, the old square. It's not very far away actually, it's probably only 1 or 2 stops, but I'll jump on the bus anyway, as that was the initial plan for today. So guys, if you do find yourself on the 180 bus, Hotel Bristol is certainly a good stopping off point. That is the Hotel Bristol. And the 180 bus drops off and picks up just along here. I'm just going to take a little walk over through these gardens as well. Have a little see what there is before hop back on the bus. Yeah, Stare Miasto, 600 metres down that way. Seems crazy to get on the bus for that, but I think I will, just for because I can. I'll take a little walk down these steps over to that, just down to the end there. I think that probably leads you down to the river, the Vistula. Vistula? It's the same one that goes through Krakow on its way to the Baltic Sea. Just to be steps leading down. Alright, yeah, there's no river down there. It must be a little bit further along. I've perhaps lost my bearings very slightly. I can see a large bridge just through the trees over there. That's clearly going over the river, so it is over in that general direction somewhere. Right, let's head back through that park, back to the bus stop, and we'll head towards the old square. I would say Warsaw as a city is one of those that is eminently walkable, a bit like London, with the backup of public transport rather than completely relying on public transport to get you to everywhere. I tend to try and walk as much as possible because you get a much better feel for a place. You get a much better orientation, and it's better for you than cramming onto buses and trams and trains and so on. But sometimes needs must if you need to get from one end to the other. Another good way of seeing a city, of course, is to do an A to B walk from wherever it is you're living, or a sort of a big circle, and then get public transport back again, in which case you would probably only need a selection of a few one-way tickets. I believe you can buy a book of 10 75-minute tickets. That possibly could be an option to take if you're going to do mostly walking around here, and then just jumping on the metro or tram or bus to get you back to where you started. There is a lot of accommodation, hotels and so on in the Centrum area. It's a good place to be based. It's not got the same old-fashioned charm as the old square. Of course, there's plenty of hotels there too. You'll probably notice a difference in pricing. And I'm sure most people remember Pope John Paul II, who was who is Polish, sadly passed away now. There's a statue for him. I've not even looked at the front of it, and I can see that that's exactly who that will be. And I'm completely wrong, it's not. Stefan Cardinal. So I apologise for that. That's not Pope John Paul II at all. Although he did have a headgear a bit like that. I'm sure I'll come across a statue of him at some point. Right, let's head back to the bus stop, jump on the 180 and go to the next stop, the old reconstructed part of Warsaw. Right, well that was only one stop. It was clearly saying in English, the Old Town, so how can you not get off there? This 180 bus ride is quite random in as much as I've not done much homework as to where I'm going to get off. Another one, others I've done in the past have been go 3 stops along the full route of a bus route or a tram route and get off at every 3rd stop and have a look around and see what there is. If you want to check those videos out, they are on my channel. I'm going to have a little look around the Old Town, and I'm thinking that the Old Square is just down here ahead of me. Certainly plenty of food and drink options down here. Dare I say it, the obligatory Irish bar just behind me on the left, or Irish pub. They're about as Irish as me, most of them, but hey, probably get a pint of Guinness, and if you like a pint of Guinness, yeah, someone getting excited. I have been to the Old Square before, and very, very briefly. It was one of those, I've got 1 hour train connection in Warsaw, and as you'll probably know, or some of you will know, it's at least a 20-minute walk, walking quite quickly to get here from Central Station. So I literally ran down and had a very quick look and then ran back again. So today I'm going to spend a little bit more time having a look round. I'm sure local authorities and around the world send out their dustbin collection, refuse collection vehicles wherever I go. It's very rare for one to fail to get in one of my videos. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Ah, yes. Now, there's just over there is the National Stadium. That is on the other side of the river. You can get over there by tram, bus or train, or walk it, it's not that far. That's a walking tour group just over there. There are, in most cities you go to in the world these days, there is the walking tours that you can pay to go on, and quite often there are free walking tours, although of course that's a slight misnomer in as much as they're working for tips. Usually locals, usually very knowledgeable. I've been on a few in various places, and you can look them up online. probably your best bet would be to go to one that's been recommended by the local tourist office. And yeah, and don't forget to tip them. It's quite often young people that are trying to fund their college education and so on. And the ones I've been on over the years have been very, very good. Very, very, very good. So here we are. I think I might have a school group behind me. That sounds very much like a large group of youngsters with their teachers. Obligatory tourist stand. Hello, Jan. I wonder where those guys have all come from to visit their capital city. It's very quiet here. I mean, it's still fairly early in the morning. The walking tour. This is a great time to go on a walking tour, actually. If you've got an option, go for the earliest ones. Places tend to be less busy when you're walking around them. And this is probably one of the first few nice days of the year here in Poland, or warm days. I've got into spring properly, and it'll just get busier and busier down here as the summer comes in. Very calm and nice this morning. Love the old cobbled streets as well. This, of course, is the Royal Castle. Details here of how you can get in and where you can buy your tickets from. Strange. Tickets round this side, entrance round that side. Sure someone's got a reasonable reasoning for that. Basically, this morning, apart from a few lonesome souls like me wandering about, a few people that appear to be heading off to work, it's school groups and walking tours. As I say, ideal. Beautiful morning for it. Absolutely great. the viewing terrace up there. There's a queue for tickets. Not much of a queue. It's probably is down to that. Probably get quite long queues for it. So you keep them at one side, and that's going to be an activity for another day, I think. It also says entrance actually as well, so it looks like you can get your ticket and enter from here as well. Slightly misleading sign over around the other side, but there you go. This always makes me smile. This about a four-lane highway and tram route that goes directly underneath the old town. I suppose it's better than it going right through the middle of it. Right, well, there's plenty to see and do round here, but I've got a mission, and that's to ride the 180 bus route today. I've probably peaked too soon, really, because this is almost certainly going to be the most picturesque and photogenic part of Warsaw, or maybe not, who knows. I'm going to head back to that bus stop, get on the 180, and then randomly decide where to get off next. Well, stopped here for no other good reason than I've gone about 3 or 4 stops without getting off the bus, so I thought I'd better how to do it. Szybka. So I'll just have a little look around here for 10-15 minutes, see what there is. Buses are very quiet. They're electric buses, so they're very quiet and obviously not pumping out diesel fumes all over everybody. Absolutely no idea what's here. It seems to be a park just over the road there, so I'm going to go and have a look around there. Well, there's a gate that's open anyway, and okay. Now, if this park happens to have a coffee shop as well, fountain working. I'd imagine due to the severe cold weather in winter, the fountains get switched off. Possibly is why the one earlier on was still off, or it's just broken down. Who knows? But it's definitely the time of year to get them going again, especially with all the flowers out. This is a nice looking park. That man is doing a fine job. It's a nice park, this, very nice park. I have a feeling there's not going to be a little coffee shop tucked away anywhere in here. It's probably not quite busy enough for justifying something like that. May be wrong, but have a nice look around it anyway. Nice little lake, small lake or big pond, whichever you want to call it, just over here. Right, so that was a nice little walk around that park. Certainly somewhere where you could find a nice place to sit. There were some almost deck chairs, those sort of hard wooden type deck chairs, but they're quite comfy actually, those, when you sit on them. Needs to be a warm day. I'll say today just about passes that test for being warm enough to sit like that. Walking in the middle of the cycle track again. Right, back to the 180. Hopefully it won't be too long before another one comes, and carry on down to the end of the line. Seeing where we can stop off along the way. Let's see, this time of day there's five an hour by the looks of it. Right, next bus should be along any second. I think the sensible move here now is going to be, unless something really strikes me as being the way to go, is go to the end of the line now, just having a look out at interesting places to visit on the way back. So it's probably going to be 15-20 minutes to the very end of the 180 line. Bus route, here it comes now.
Następny przystanek Warszawska.
Almost at the end of the line now, penultimate stop coming up, and right out in the suburbs here of Warsaw, so I'll have a little look around and then jump on the next 180 back in the other direction and see where it takes us. Oh, here we are, the end of the 180 line at Mokotów, I think is how you pronounce it, or again, apologies of course. It's just, yes, kind of like a little mini bus station really. One or two facilities, most of which are closed down, but the all-important ticket machine, there you go. You can buy a single journey ticket, or it's done in time here, 75-minute ticket, or 1 day passes, 3 day passes, etc. From those machines. They take credit cards. Not sure if they take banknotes. Yeah, I think they do, and definitely take coins. Be better off paying with contactless anyway. Right, I'm just going to have a gentle little look around here. There's what an electric bus does to recharge. Puts a kind of a pantograph up, starts charging. Don't know how long he has to leave it there for to before it's fully charged, or it's just like a little top up here and there. Strange look from the driver here. Why are you filming my pantograph? Right. This just seems to be a lot of apartment blocks and so on around here. Could do with a little coffee shop though, so I might just have a little stroll around, see where I can grab a coffee or something, and and then head back into the centre of Warsaw and out to the other end of this line. I didn't really see anything from the last stop where I got off at the park. I didn't really see anything of major interest to jump off at between there and here. So I'm going to head back straight through the other side of Warsaw to the point where I started the journey in Centrum and continue onwards from there to the other end of the line. If I do happen to see anything of interest going back in the other direction, I'll hop off and have a look. But yeah, it was just sort of the usual sort of array of shopping malls and places like that along the way that we've all seen before. Might even get back on the same bus actually. There's a little shop here. I'm going to see if I can grab a coffee in here and then drink that and then head back. Right, couldn't resist. Polish donuts are superb. But one thing interesting about them, you get a lot of vanilla or custard fillings and so on. But the ones that have jam in, such as this one, the jam's really quite tart. It's not very sugary and sweet like well, British ones, for example, strawberry jam or raspberry jam inside. I'm struggling to work out what flavour this actually is, but it's very, very nice. I think it's probably plum, but it's really good. They do really good donuts here. If you like a donut, then you'll definitely like Polish ones. And don't go to Krispy Kreme or anything like that. Go to a proper little bakery that sells them, the Polish ones. By far the better, and probably half the price as well. Right, I've had a drink, had a donut. I'm going to head back on the 180. As I say, if I don't see anything of major interest between here and my original boarding point in Centrum, then I'll continue on towards the end and then just hop off at some various places along the way. I should go out and jump aboard one of these two here waiting. Fairly pleasant suburb of Warsaw, I have to say.
Zamkowy. The Old Town. The Old Town.
Go right to the end of the 180 line. Up go the pantographs. Now, why can't we have these in Britain? Charging up the buses at the end of each line. It's got to be the way forward, surely. They're quite quiet, those buses. Obviously they're not dishing out loads of diesel fumes everywhere, and they're quite nippy as well. They sort of do go off at quite a pace, a bit like a tram does, rather than say a normal diesel bus. Anyway, Wilanów. This is where we are now. I'm just going to have a little look around here. There seems to be a cemetery just over here. I'll have a little look over there. There's a McDonald's. I'm not tempted, I have to say. And probably not a lot else. Now, just having a little look along the way from the centrum, from the centre of Warsaw, I didn't see an awful lot of places once you'd got out of the centre that were worth jumping off the bus for. There was a few things. There was a very large shopping mall which claimed to be the best shopping mall in Warsaw. That always puts me off slightly. Self-praise is never a great thing. Now, there's a couple of interesting buildings over there I'm just going to go and have a look at, see what they are, and then I'll head back into the centre of Warsaw. It's really a nice day for just having a little mooch about anyway. There's a cafe up here, might have to call in there as well. I think it's a cafe, or is it a flower shop? Can't really tell. Right, here we are. Wilanów. Well, there is something there. Yes, it is. It wasn't a cafe. It is a flower stall, and as we're right next to the cemetery, that would explain that. And the Poster Museum of Wilanów and the Wilanów Palace Museum are here, so there is something of interest. I'm curious as to what the Poster Museum is all about. I mean, I'm assuming it's not a museum. I don't know. I'm going to go and have a look and see. But posters, as in posters, let's go and have a look and check it out while I'm here. See, go on these slightly random public transport journeys and you do come across some weird and wonderful stuff. You can go to all the big tourist attractions in the centre of cities, but if you just go to the outskirts, you can come across some really quite interesting things. I'm not saying that the Poster Museum's going to be interesting, but I'm interested to see what it's all about. Anyway, let's just have a little quiet walk around in here now for a moment before I go over there. Further perusal of the signs, it says the cultural centre of Wilanów. So I am intrigued as to what's here. There's coaches, tour bus coaches and so on, and quite a few cafes and restaurants. There's a church or basilica over there. So yeah, seems an interesting part of the city. Randomly chosen, kind of. One thing I have noticed actually today is a few families knocking about with the children very smartly dressed. I'm wondering if it's communion time, first communion time for some. Smell of fresh paint here. Very strong smell of fresh paint. I don't know who's doing it, but I certainly wouldn't want to be sat in one of these outdoor cafes eating something with that smell going on. There's a lot of restaurants here. Excuse me. Right, so this is right on the outskirts of Warsaw and home to the Villanov Palace, which is described by good friends at Wikipedia as the Versailles of Poland, or the Versailles of Warsaw. So I suppose I better go and have a look at that then. There's the smell of paint again. And it's a very expensive area of Warsaw to live in too. Small factoid. It does seem a very nice neighbourhood, I have to say. I'm going to go and have a little look at this palace, see what I can see there. And that would also explain the tour buses as well. Right, so I should have kept going when I went up this way in the first place. It's up here somewhere. Let's keep going this time. I get the feeling that this place during the holidays and at the weekends gets pretty busy. But it's a quiet day today. It's a Tuesday. Right, so it's going to be a quick look and head on back, I think. It's on about ticket office, so I don't really have time to justify going in, getting a ticket and going in, but there is, it's a very nice park here. Let's go take this route through it. I think it's over in that general direction. Oh, that's interesting as well. The Versailles of Poland, or Warsaw. So obviously that's worthy of anyone's attention for a little while at least. Certainly a very pleasant part of the city, I have to say. And a bit of a result, because I had no idea this was going to be here at the end of the 180 bus ride. It's a shame there wasn't something slightly more interesting at the other end of it, but there you go. That's what it's all about sometimes on these public transport adventures. If I came to Warsaw for, say, 3 days, I would perhaps spend the whole day down in the old town area, the old square. Maybe take a walking tour, look at all the historic stuff, and then maybe spend the other 2 days doing things like this. Tomorrow I'm going to take the metro on both lines, do the full length of it in both directions, and see what I come across on there. This appears to be the entrance. I'll go in and have a look. So it looks a very impressive building. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you like, well, what would we call that? Stately home or a palace, or colour. I'm sure you can take tours looking around it on the inside, and I'm presuming that's what the tickets are for, because I've just walked straight in here into this part of it. Oh, hang on a moment. Oh no, I've been evicted. Not to come through this gate. I've got to go around to the other way. Well, I've got some video footage of it before I was politely told to go. I just wish I had slightly more time on my hands today, because I would like a walk around in there. We've got turnstiles. Right, let's have a little look. I can at least give you an idea of the price. Should you wish to use your bus ticket to get yourself out here. Museum straight ahead as well. It's a very pleasant place. Definitely worthy of a visit. Okay, well, the normal regular price to get in for an adult is 10 zloty, which is round about £2, or just over $2 or €2. And I think it said 1 zloty to come into the museum here as well. There's also discounts for children, senior citizens, etc. So it's not expensive to go in there by any means. And I'm a bit disappointed. I've got slightly more time on my hands. I'm just weighing up now. I think as soon as I've made the effort to come all the way out here, I'm going to go in there. It did say, worthy of note on here, that you can only get your ticket from those machines and you can only pay by card. So just bear that one in mind. But I think I'm going to go in there. It's going to have to be a fairly quick walk around, I think, but I think it's going to be worth it. And my other plans for this afternoon, they'll have to wait till tomorrow. Right, so we're in. The princely sum of 10 zloty has been spent. I wonder how much the real Versailles costs, the one near Paris. I mean, obviously it's not the same as that, but I should imagine there's a large difference. This is what I like about these. Just take a random journey, come across something. You can over-plan sometimes. You can over-plan where you're going, what you're doing, how long you're going to spend at each thing. And sometimes it's nice just to do a little bit of planning. And for some reason that particular bus route, stuck in my mind as being one that appears to be worthy of a ride. And blow me, you get to the end of the line and we find this place. So I was going to do another random public transport ride this afternoon, had this one not turned out so well. And wow, what a building. That can wait till tomorrow now. 180 bus, guys. If you go to the wrong end of it, there is a little shop that sells coffee. If you come to the right end of it, you'll find this place, and you can also get a coffee here. So, would you do you think this is worthy of being called the Versailles of Poland or Warsaw? What do you think? You can actually go inside over here. So I'm not sure if that's included in my ticket. I'm a bit short on time now, so I'm not sure I'm even going to go in there, but I'm just going to have a little look. Such a nice day outside. Seems a shame to go inside. Right, so the 10 zloty gets you into the grounds of the palace. To get inside it, you need to book a time. There were times available for in the next hour or so. It's 35 zloty, but I don't really have the time to justify that right at the moment. So I'm going to have to come back at some other point, but I'll stick the information up on the screen so you can see. But yeah, there are ticket machines inside the palace, and then you book a time when your entrance, when it's time for you to go through the ticket barriers. School group there, if you're wondering what all the noise is. Right, so I just had a little look in the entrance there of the entrance to the palace. There's a bookshop in there and cloakrooms and loos and such like. So they're all available should you wish to go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to come back here on another occasion to go inside and have a look, but I expect that you would need to give yourself at least 2 hours to look around in there properly. So I don't have that at the moment, so I'm going to head back to the 180 now and back into the city centre. There's a cafe in here as well, actually. Yeah, that's where we came in. It's a very, very nice place, this, and due to my lack of planning and lack of checking out what was on this 180 route, other than it was recommended as a good one for tourists to take, then it's certainly come up trumps today with this spectacular end to the route. So I'm going to jump back on, head back to the centre where I joined the bus this morning outside the donut shop, grab myself a donut and a coffee and have a little chill for a while, and then head off on another adventure. If I see anything on the way on the bus, I'll jump off and have a look, but I didn't really notice a great deal on the way out here. What a splendid place. Right, back over the road, there's the Villeneuve bus station or little mini depot. I'm going to head and jump on the next 180 back into the city. I never did find the poster museum. I'm not sure if that's some sort of spelling error or there really is a poster museum, but I've been interested to see what that was all about. Not much to see now. As I say, if I see anything along the way, I'll hop off the bus. It's really rather warm now. Must be in the high teens, and very pleasant indeed. And there's the ride back into town, the 180 waiting there, ready to go. Pantograph still up, grabbing a bit of juice. Right, well here we are, back right outside the main station. Pretty much a hub for most of the transportation in Warsaw, as you'd expect. Hope you enjoyed our little ride on the 180 from end to end. And as I say, I'm going to have some more. I'm going to have a tram and the metro ride coming very, very soon. So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, please press subscribe, press the like button, or press the dislike button twice. Or comment if you've got any comments you'd like to make. So from a warm, sunny Warsaw, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Keep walking, keep smiling, keep enjoying yourselves.